something I want to share and then just put share screen and then it shows up?
Yeah, if you go down, if you have what you want to share on your screen, and then go down to share screen,
Right?
it will bring up a window with the available screens. You just click on the one you want.
Right.
And click the share button and it'll take over.
I gotcha. Okay, thank you very much.
You are very welcome. It is 6:59 and change. We are live on Facebook and we are recording. So at any time you folks want to take it away, feel free to do so. And I will just work in the background and let people into the meeting.
Okay, so we're ready to start, do you think?
Give it 30 seconds till exactly 7, but yeah, pretty much we're ready to go.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello.
We can hear you now.
Thank you very much. How you doing?
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
I got a little late, but I'm here. As soon as I saw you, everything straightened out. Hi, Patricia.
All right, it looks like it's 7 o'clock. Would everybody mute themselves and accept our presenters and we'll be all set. Thank you, George, and I want to thank everybody for attending this session. I'd like to introduce our presenters. We have Gayla Bartlett, our governor-elect designate, public relations chair for the district, and very proud member of the Danvers and Methuen, Massachusetts clubs. We also have Bob Uzenoff and Harry Spencer. They're proud members of the Weston, Connecticut Club. My name's Betty Parker, and I am a very proud member of the Bangor Breakfast Club. So today, our topic is going to be engaging members year-round. And before we get into this, I want you to think about 2 questions. Why did you join Kiwanis? And why have you maintained your membership? It seems to me when we're talking about being engaged, that we're talking about being needed, being recognized, and feeling appreciated. We all join to serve. So in order for that to happen, your club has to have lots of different service projects, lots of different fundraisers. And I had mentioned before, there are a lot of parallels between running a good club meeting and engaging members. When I think about feeling recognized, I think about how well do we all know our fellow members? Are they spotlighted ever? There's so many activities, so many fun games, I guess you would say, that can spotlight your members. What about having a past President's Day, honoring all those past presidents, honoring your advisors and inviting some of those students? So many ideas. What about feeling appreciated? You know, thank yous go a long way in Kiwanis. We all love them. But how else can you show that appreciation throughout the year to your fellow members? And it doesn't always have to come from the president. Let me share something with you that I learned recently. You've probably heard this before, but being fairly new to the district, I just love this. It's the difference between joining and belonging. I have to read it. Joining is what a member does. Belonging is how a member feels. Joining is a transaction. Belonging is an experience. Joining is rational. Belonging is emotional. Joining is episodic. Belonging lasts longer, perhaps forever. Did you like that? Yeah, okay. Now we're going to have Harry Spencer and Bob Uzenoff tell us about a fun project that they planned and executed during the pandemic. Go ahead.
Thank you, Betty. And I did enjoy that explanation of joining and membership. Harry and I are from the Weston, Connecticut Kiwanis Club. And I'll tell you about our club. We are chartered in 1974. And are you seeing my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah. Harry is a past president, and in the previous talk we heard about having fun at meetings, and we think that's important. Harry and his administration introduced the role of directors of fun in our club, and reminded us that why do people join? Recognition is important, and of course, having fun can be part of that too. We're there to serve, but it helps to have fun. And I'm a past president and currently the secretary of the club. So we're about 90 members in size. We're a little different. We started in 1974. Our town was 90% a suburban commuting town. And so it kind of cast the die in two ways for our club. One is that we're a Saturday morning breakfast club, always have been, and we meet weekly at Saturdays at 8:30 in the morning. We meet because a lot of our members go somewhere else in the summer, take vacations. We don't meet in July and August, so we're on what we call our summer hiatus now. We're very fortunate to have a permanent home for the club in the parish hall of Northfield Congregational Church. We have a closet for all our paraphernalia. The church hall has a commercial kitchen, and so we have breakfast. We have a chef that we pay per breakfast, and we pay for the groceries. But we have a catered breakfast every Saturday morning at 8:30 in the morning. In addition to our weekly meetings from September through June, we have a happy hour. We call it First Fridays, and those have been at a local restaurant or bar. Our signature fundraiser had been a golf tournament, but in the last 7 or so years, we have a foot race. We call it the Reservoir Run. We have a large reservoir in our town, and we have a half marathon, a 5K, and a kids fun run. So we have something for everybody, and the whole community joins in on that and looks forward to it. Our other fundraiser is in conjunction with a PTO Memorial Weekend Fair. We provide food service for that. And you'll see what happens in the next slide, how things have changed with COVID and how we've adapted. So beginning in April, we introduced Zoom meetings. Of course, we didn't have the space. We elected not to meet at first, and then since then the church has closed its campus, so that space isn't available to us, even if we wanted to meet at the moment. We advanced the meeting time to 9:30. We have normally 30 some members that attend the meeting, and I'll show you in another slide. Well, I'll move to it right now. Here's our Zoom. There's a picture of one screen of our Zoom meetings. Our meeting attendance prior to COVID is this green line. We're running between 30 and 35. And with the blue line, which is zigging and zacking, are the actual attendance at our recent Zoom meetings. So the attendance virtually has been the same in number, but it's been a little different in character. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. The red numbers down the bottom between 0 and 8 or 9 or so are guests that we've had. Since we started meeting virtually, we've had 58 different members attend. And what we find is mostly all of our regular members are attending. We are enjoying the participation of some members that we didn't see in in-person meetings before. And unfortunately, we've lost, due to technology, we've lost a few members to regular meetings that haven't been able to manage the technology. So we're looking forward to dealing with that. We think, speaking of agendas, we have a fairly fixed routine in our meetings, and we meet weekly, and we thought it was important to keep the rhythm of our club meetings going, even though we didn't know what we were going to do with some of our service projects. So we've continued meeting with programs most of the time. We haven't quite figured out yet how to replace our service projects, but we're working on that. Our first Fridays are continued virtually. Everybody, we have about 10 to 20 members that will show up at that. Some of them, it's BYOB, of course, and we get some spouses that we don't see at the breakfast meetings that join in on that. Our smaller fundraiser was canceled because it was a fair with amusement rides and whatnot, and it just didn't happen this year. But we have replaced the in-person reservoir run with a virtual reservoir run, and that's the subject of a talk tomorrow night on the Kiwanis Continuing Education channel at 7 o'clock. Paul Schultz and Tom Glass will be talking about how we do that. We continued with recognition. We had a annual recognition meeting as our last meeting in June before our summer hiatus. And we mentioned cards in the previous talk. We do at personal meetings, we always mention birthdays and anniversaries, and we continue acknowledging before and after. We also acknowledge them besides at the meeting with electronic greeting cards. And one of our members who is on our Human and Spiritual Values Committee, Harry will be talking more about her in a minute, does that for us. And we know it's appreciated because many of the members will write back and thank us for remembering their special event with that card. Again, there's our Zoom meeting, our meeting attendance. And so one of the things in terms of appreciation and recognition that we've done was to recognize the special member's 90th birthday. And Harry Spencer is going to be talking about that. And George, I have a question for you, a technical question right now. I don't remember if when I started sharing, if I clicked to include the sound. Can I do that afterwards, or do I go into the...
I believe it shares this, well...
I'm going to take just a second and stop sharing and then start it again to make sure that
include the audio, yes.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it is checked.
Okay.
Okay. So, past President Harry Spencer.
Okay, so thank you, Bob, and good to see everybody's faces this evening. I really appreciated the comments that he made, and they really dovetail nicely. I totally agree. People need to feel needed, appreciated, and recognize. In the case of Jackie Troxel, that's the case here. And to give a little context, as Bob is pulling this up, Jackie's been involved with our club since its founding in 1974. So for 46 years. But let's put this in context. She didn't join in 1974. Her husband, Dick Troxel, did and was a charter member. Okay. But she's been involved and tagged along and knew all about it. And she became a member, an official member of the club in 2013. We have a number of our members have their spouses that are also members of the club. And Jackie's one of them. And so she's been it. Jackie is a beloved member of our community. She's not only involved with Kiwanis, she's involved in many other activities in our town of Weston, including, the Human and Spiritual Values Committee of the Kiwanis, but also in the church and everything else. So Jackie's going to turn 90. Okay, she was going to turn 90 on June the 3rd, which was the middle of the week. Okay, we're in the middle of COVID, so we can't all go, have a surprise birthday party and go breathe on Jackie, right? And share our germs, whether they're COVID or otherwise. So the thought was, okay, we should do something. Her son, who actually happens to be the former chief of police for our town of Weston, since retired, reached out about a month before his mom's birthday and said, Mom's turning 90. This is quite the milestone. I know you know the Kiwanians, and you know that they would want to participate and recognize that. And it's part of, you go back to Bob's comments about the fun. And I'm all about, there needs to be a fun value in things. You want to engage members, include some fun in the process. So it was like, let's do a drive-by, caravan birthday parade for her. So he reached out texted me. I said, done deal, we'll make it happen. I sent a note to the club on the down low to all the members and said, here's the date. Okay. This, she doesn't know about it. It's going to be a surprise. But we're going to make this happen on that Saturday. So you'll see in a minute, Bob, I don't know if you're going to pull it up. You're going to see, we sent out some emails. We got immediate responses. Everybody wanted in, they wanted to decorate their vehicles. We'll meet at the high school parking lot. We'll assemble. You'll see we had fire trucks. We had our first selectman, et cetera. And we proceeded from there to do our caravan over to her son's house where the family and the children, the grandchildren, and the great-grandchildren were there. And we surprised her, okay? That goes with it. So Bob, do you have it up?
You ready? Here we go.
Let's make it happen, guys. I don't see it, Bob.
Are you seeing it?
No. I'm hearing it, but I don't see it.
I think you're sharing the wrong screen.
Okay. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, Bob, if you cancel your sharing, which you've done,
Okay.
you when you bring up that share screen that gives you a choice of screens to share.
Yeah, I
you
just
grabbed
have
the wrong
to
one.
just let me figure out how to turn this off.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Gail's
This is
got it. She's still
These
got to
things
go
happen.
in there.
So I'm going to start it again. Maybe I just didn't click the screen.
Yeah,
Well,
you didn't
after-
have the right screen. You were sharing, but you were sharing a different screen.
Okay.
That was just the list of files
Okay.
as opposed to the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
You got it. So remember we all started out with Zoom a few months ago?
Yeah.
The learning curve? Had to have somebody come in and tell you to unclick a button or click a button. We've come a long way.
And we're all engaged, aren't we?
Yes. I have to say, while he's pulling it up, our virtual Fridays, one of the things that's been nice is a lot of the couples, the other, maybe not
Bob.
even members.
Bob, that's the same screen again.
pull up your PowerPoint. If you could.
Okay.
We know you can. We know
Yeah,
you have it on there. 'Cause of your-
it's
yeah.
there. It's there. Let me see. Oh, I've got screen one instead of the presentation selected.
Right.
Okay.
So click on the presentation and then.
Are you seeing a
and there
sign?
you are. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Now put it in PowerPoint mode and let it
Yep.
roll. So there's
Yep.
a sign that we just put together. It's a toilet paper roll, by the way. She's 90, and you're our essential, like toilet paper. Again, a little humor in there. Can you,
Now, are you seeing it in
can you go
slide
back
mode
one-
now?
We're not seeing in PowerPoint display mode. And go back one slide to the picture of Jackie and Dick.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. Now hit one more. This is
Yeah, so what's happening is while I'm sharing, I can't change the slide mode. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to put it in slide mode and then and be in presentation mode before when I start it.
Okay.
I think I know what's happening.
So George,
Yes, ma'am.
why is he flashing?
I assumed Captain Kirk was trying to beam him aboard the Enterprise. I think he's having a little difficulty with his internet connection.
Yeah,
Bobby?
that is it.
Okay.
Don't worry. The video is, I think, it's like 2 minutes and 12 seconds. So it's not all that
Okay.
long. So once we get it.
Okay.
We can't see you now. You're hidden.
Bob, you've stopped your video, so you've got to go back and turn your video
Yep.
on.
Yeah, just hold on a second.
Sure.
So there.
Bob, I think you'll find that if you take Zoom off full screen, up in the right-hand corner, if you hit that, the little boxes in between the underscore and the X,
Yep.
then you'd be able to switch back and forth between Zoom and PowerPoint and get your display the way you want it. Oh, it looks like you're fine. Just hit slideshow and
The
from
slideshow,
beginning.
let it go. Let it run.
Yeah, hit from beginning.
See, I'm hitting slideshow.
No, you're fine. Now go to where it says from current slide.
Yeah.
So that's
Are you seeing a full screen now?
Perfect.
we are. So
Perfect.
you can just skip forward with your cursor keys until you get to the page you want.
Okay. You're seeing my full
you are.
screen now.
That's it.
Let
Okay.
it rip.
Very nice.
Yeah, so
Very
thanks,
nice.
Bob. So we had, when we did the RSVPs, we had over 50 members said, yeah, count me in. And when the day came, we had over 80 cars that were there. And of course, we had to be mindful of the traffic. We only have a few traffic lights in our town, but we had to make sure that we didn't lose anybody in the process, led by the fire trucks on the front end and keeping an eye out for each other. With that, we had some people have multiple people in the car. We must have had close to 100, if not over 100 people in it. At the very end, we had our first selectman of the town of Weston did a proclamation of the Jackie Troxel Day, recognizing the day as hers and honoring her. So all in all, this was done through email, okay? There's obviously a pent-up demand for people to connect. And so they were happy to show up in the parking lot of the high school and drive over from there and go past the house to make it happen. All in that day, it probably took us 30 minutes to assemble and to drive past. But the emotional impact, you go back to the comment before about joining versus belonging. Yeah, Jackie felt appreciated, recognized, belonging, and all the members did in the process. So it was a fun event, easily done, and and a good impact that goes with it. Jackie turned 90, and now Dick turned 91 a couple weeks ago as well. So that was what we wanted to share with you. We have found other ways to stay connected. I do say that the virtual happy hours that we do on the first Fridays now are pretty well attended. It's obviously a bring your own drink, okay, type of event. And it's great to see some of the other family members show up in the process as well and participate. So any questions you guys have, Bob and I'd be happy to answer.
I see one in the chat. Somebody wanted to know, who asked that, if you do during your Zoom meetings, if you do the pledge and if you sing. Dawn was saying they do the pledge and they sing at their virtual meetings in Malden.
Yeah, so at our regular meetings, we open with a pledge, a patriotic song, and a invocation or prayer. The song is difficult to do on Zoom because there's a time lag and some people are louder. And, I always brag about our Kiwanis 40-part harmony whenever we sing. So we've done away with that, but we start with our gong is locked in the church. We can't get it. So the president bangs on a kettle to start the meeting. And we have a pledge, and then we alternate, we rotate around, we do an invocation at the very beginning of our meetings.
Harry and Bob, if nobody has any other questions, I just want to thank you so much for sharing that. That's quite a memorable experience, that's for sure. And I think it's going to give some of us an idea or two for the future, for maybe somebody who's turning 90 or some other wonderful number in our clubs. Right now,
I have just one thing to add, if I might. It's Cindy from the Fairfield, Connecticut Club.
Yes.
And hi, I just wanted to say that Weston has unbelievable meetings. I've been lucky enough to attend a handful where I have met people as in past international Kiwanis presidents, doctors that do things for children in Iran, the Fidelco, seeing iDog presentation with the dog. It's like when you go to Weston, you look around the room, you see the librarian, the first select person, the chief of police, you see the entire community. And I've never really experienced anything like Weston until I went there. So thanks for all you guys are doing. And I look forward to seeing you again in person.
Thanks, Cindy.
That's so important. I think this is what Raymond was trying to tell us in his session, Raymond and Sylvia, that you have to involve those community members. It's only going to grow your club. Well, right now we're going to go to Gayla Bartlett, and she is going to tell us about a number of ideas she has for engaging members. Take it away.
Thank you, everybody. As you know, my name is Gayla Bartlett, and I am a proud member of the Danvers Club, where we have about 80 members, and I'm the current president of the Methuen Kiwanis Club, where we have 15. So talk about engaging membership levels at different areas. Right now, the Danvers Kiwanis Club is on a social hour. They're having their 7 to 8 o'clock meeting with our Kiwanis Club of Danvers, so that's exciting. Our Methuen Club meets via Zoom 2 times a month. So now we've gone to Zooming and then in person. So once we'll Zoom and once we'll go in person, which has been fun for us. We stand in a big circle and sit in a parking lot in front of the restaurant we meet at. So people come by and think we're quite cute. We are fun and we're a little rowdy, but that's okay. I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to talk about some magic that we're doing in the Kiwanis world in Methuen. So how to engage your members during COVID. I think it's really important that as Kiwanians, we continue to reach out to our Kiwanis members, let them know that we're thinking about them, we care about them. There are some Kiwanians in a lot of clubs that are shut-ins that can't get out, that had a difficult time maneuvering out when we had meetings, but now that they feel even more isolated. So we are trying to do things creatively to make sure that everybody everywhere knows what we're doing in Kiwanis. So this is one of the quotes that we used in a Facebook post that we put up for Methuen. So happy to be part of an organization that cares about our members. No matter what, we always take care of our members and show our love and support for each other. So during difficult times, you saw the birthday caravan. This is Larry. Larry turned 75. So we did a birthday caravan for him as well. Larry also had a quadruple bypass surgery. So we had to be really careful that obviously this is us all out on the street singing happy birthday to him. We couldn't go near him. So we had to give everything to his wife and she brought it all up to him and we sang to him. So basically keeping a pulse on your membership, letting them know that we're here for them, that we care about them is so important. You know, I know as an organization, we're concerned about what our membership numbers will be after COVID, but I will definitely assure you that if we continue to show our love and our passion for our members, they'll stay with us. It's just really important, even in non-COVID times, that we continue to call them, see how they're doing, follow up with them. You know, you had a baby, congratulations, you're a grandparent. These are all great things that we need to continue to let our Kiwanis members know that we care about them and we see what they're doing. But Larry had a great time. I'm not so sure my Methuen Kiwanis Club had a great time singing, but we did it and we were cute. Yes, he fined us. I think we all had to pay about $5 because he didn't like our song. Totally okay. It was worth it. I also want us to take a look at a website that's on Kiwanis International, and it is full of all kinds of great things for us to use during the COVID times. Hopefully my screen share will work and it will pop up and be magical. If not, I'm sure you'll tell me. Can you see that?
Yes,
Does it say coronavirus resources?
yes.
Okay.
Toolkit for COVID-19.
Huh? Right.
Gayla,
So, yes.
Gayla, if you want to share the website, you have to go up to screen sharing on the Zoom toolbar on the top and switch it from the PowerPoint to your desktop or to the web browser, and then it'll share the other application.
So they can't see it?
Yeah, we can see the
no,
PowerPoint right now.
Okay. So I need to go back down to screen share?
We can see the page with the addresses on it.
Okay, that's not what I want you to see.
What I'm going to suggest that you do, Gayla, is if you can copy those lines and paste them into the chat, it would be much more convenient because then people can grab those.
Okay, gotcha. So I have to go down though. So should I stop screen sharing and go down and?
No, you can. Yeah, well, you can, either way is fine. Okay. I mean, we can watch you do a screen grab. It's okay.
Is that riveting? Okay, so now I have to go back over here, hit screen. See, this is where I usually have a techie person with me at convention that does all this magic for me. So yeah, this is fascinating. All right, where's my screen share page? All right. Share screen. I want to go back over here to Corona. There we go. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Can you see the whole website?
Yes, we can.
Yes? Okay. So this is on International's website for Kiwanis. It's coronavirus resources. What's great about this is it has all kinds of engagement things that we need. It has resources. It has inspiration. I think at the beginning of this, we all needed some inspiration in March and April. By May and June, we were pretty much experts at trying to think out of the box and being very creative with our meetings and our service projects or anything we were going to do. But there's all kinds of great, very cool things here in the Kiwanis website that I thought were wonderful, especially the inspiration piece. Can you guys see this club continue serving during the pandemic? Can we see all this? So these are some wonderful articles and things that people are doing. They had a virtual dance party as a fundraiser. I know there's a Kiwanis club doing a trivia night next Thursday. I'm on a trivia team. Woohoo! Very exciting virtual trivia team for Kiwanis. Yeah, we'll see how I do. This ought to be interesting. But there are Kiwanis clubs out there doing all kinds of really cool virtual fundraisers. You know, there's a pig poop that George can tell you about. So fun things like that. And what's really cool about these opportunities for fundraisers and service projects is you're keeping your Kiwanis members engaged. Even though it's COVID and things are stressful, we're still out there doing service in our community. And I think from a public relations standpoint, we want to make sure that Kiwanis is continuously in the eye of the media. So that I'm hoping, and I know Bob did a press release and got that into the newspaper about that birthday party brigade, correct? Yes, of course you did, because you're a PR genius and I love you and you know that. So things like that are wonderful opportunities for us to get the name of Kiwanis out there. It makes all our members feel loved and special, but it also lets the people in our communities know that we care about our members as well as our community. As you know, the children are very affected by the quarantine and not being able to be with their friends. So there are clubs that are out there not only dealing with hunger, but dealing with psychological needs, crayons, coloring books, and great things like that. This is a really cool website for everybody to look at. If you're looking for things to do or you need ideas, these are some wonderful things that different Kiwanis clubs are doing. And Canada got in there as well. They keep the music playing. So some really, really cool things that we can continue to do during Kiwanis year with COVID-19. And again, I think the press is a very important part for us to make sure that we're continuing to let people know what we're doing at all times, even though we are limited to our service projects. I know for Danvers, we're not able to dump 1,000 duckies into the water and have everybody stand there and cheer for their duck, but we're doing it virtually on Facebook this year. And last night we shared that video that I produced about doing a virtual duck race. So there are all kinds of really cool things that our members can still engage in and do to show that, you know, we care about them. So let me go back to my other screen and Will probably chime in when I do this wrong. You with me? Where's my screen share? Okay. I know. I need you here, Will, with my computer. Thank you. Okay. So, and the next thing, it says I'm sharing my screen, right? There we go. This is my most favorite picture. If you've seen any of the PR websites, I love this. To me, smiles are contagious, and we all know that. And this Kiwanis International PR piece is my absolute favorite Kiwanis piece. It's Be the Reason Someone Smiles. Whether it's you calling a Kiwanis member that you haven't heard from, sending them an email, sending them a text. I call Kiwanians and just sing happy birthday on the phone to them randomly so they can hear it throughout the day. There's a happy anniversary song you can sing. You can make up a song for anything if you're in the mood, but basically letting our members know that we love them and we care about them, I think is the most important thing for us, because our Kiwanis members are the heart of our organization, and we really need to make sure that whatever we're doing during these times of transition, whether it be Zoom social hours or Zoom calls or just calling to check in on people, that we continue to show our Kiwanians how much we love them and care about them. Because like it says right there, smiles are contagious. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Gayla. That was really wonderful. And I think your energy level enhanced it. Right now, I'm going to ask if there are any questions, any comments. Looks like George shared, if you all go to your chat room, you'll see that George shared a pig poop bingo promotion that they're doing. Well, you can read all that, can't you? Just go to your chat room and you'll see.
That's what we call a shameless plug.
And that's the trivia night. So the pig poop is so cute. I think it's the cutest thing ever. I bought my pig square poop. So exciting.
Yes,
But you know what's
did,
great?
and we're so happy. We're going to live stream that
Ah!
next Saturday. That'll be live streamed. I hope to get it onto the district page, and it'll definitely be on the Northampton Kiwanis Club's Facebook page, and we'll see who the big winners are. Two $500 winners.
But
Well-
George, can we put like little banners on the pig, like, you know, like little pig,
Which ones?
you know, little logos? We need Kiwanis logos on the pigs. So don't you know how they put them on the horses, a nice little fabric with the Kiwanis logos? Couldn't we have that on the piggies as they walk around?
Well, we can certainly talk to the piggies' daddy.
I think that'd be
don't-
cute.
I don't know how crazy the piggies are going to be about that idea, but we'll
I
just-
think they'd be cute. It won't hurt them. It's like a blanket.
sure.
Larry Raid, I think you need to share on the chat room about our raffle, because I think everybody here wants to buy one. I'm getting the feeling.
What raffle is this? Can we buy duck tickets too while we're here?
I already did share it, and I already sold one ticket, and I already sent you a message with the ticket number.
Wonderful.
Larry doesn't
and-
miss the trick.
And Gayla, I have an idea for you.
What's that?
I heard you mention trivia.
Yeah, I'm going. It's Will's thing. See it on there? Yes.
One of the things that we always did on the ships was that we had a category of Trivial Pursuit that pertained to the ship that you were on. And the crew members would all learn the answers to the different questions in Trivial Pursuit. And we'd use that as a category when they played games and stuff. It was great, especially with the cadets on the training ship.
Cute.
So you could do that with some of the Kiwanis history, Trivial
That'd be
Pursuit
fun.
category about Kiwanis. And have
I
the
love
different divisions come up with questions.
Oh, that's fun.
All right,
Okay, that's exciting.
just an idea.
I love your idea.
One thing I wanted to ask of everybody who has joined in, has any club acquired a new member during COVID? Oh, could you tell us how you did it, please, Leah? You can unmute yourself, yeah.
Yes, we have one new member, and we did it because of the waiver of fees. And we have about 4 or 5 more potentials on hold. So we're doing pretty good here in Bermuda.
How did you do that? Because weren't you sequestered like we were?
Hello, Mr. Harper. Welcome to the Shankman Clinic. We have you down.
Well, this happened prior to COVID. The member that we inducted had more friends. So we are working on his friends at the moment. There should be
Okay.
about 5 more coming in.
I see. Well, if there are no more questions or comments, I want to thank Gayla very much, Barry and Bob. We enjoyed your presentation. And thank you, everybody, for joining in. We appreciate you taking the time to do this. Hi, Pat, I see you now. So thank you very much. And I think we can, George, you think we can leave the meeting and give people a break for yours coming up?
We certainly can. I'm going to stop the recording on this meeting and stop the feed out to Facebook to make it easier for our technical team to break these up into YouTube videos. So if you're staying on the call, this is a good time to take your bathroom break. And you don't have to disconnect. You can stay right where you are, or you can disconnect and reconnect. But the feed will stay live.
George, it's a good time to buy a ticket.
It's an excellent time to buy a ticket.
The duck too. I put the duck race up there too. We can just buy all our Kiwanis tickets at once.
Yeah.
That's great. And Gayla, I owe you one, so we'll be buying a
Yep.
duck race ticket.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
I've enjoyed the
everybody.
meeting.
Kayla?
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Good night.
I enjoyed you guys meeting. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
No?
Yep.
All right, very fantastic. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
So
Can you hear
cute.
me now?
Yes, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can hear me.